Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and test out the new Patrick Ta foundation. This is the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydrolux Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. It has a really long name. I decided to pick it up in the shade 16 Peachy Neutral because I do have a more neutral undertone, so I'm hoping that this works well for me. I did recently test out the new Huda Beauty foundation. You can go ahead and check that one out, but let's get into it. So I went ahead and I did my skincare, which I actually wasn't going to do, but I forgot about. So all I did was go ahead and go in with my moisturizer. Allegedly, you don't have to use skincare with this because it's skincare infused. But I don't know how I feel about that. I already did my skincare, of course. So let me go ahead and look up the foundation so I can tell you a bit more about it. So this product retails for $58, which is definitely on the pricier side. So it is a lightweight and luminous foundation with serum-inspired ingredients and a buildable medium coverage formula that boosts hydration and blurs the look of imperfections. It's supposed to be a medium coverage, the finish is radiant, the formula is liquid. The highlighted ingredients, there are 3 forms of hyaluronic acid. There is plant-derived squalane, which visibly improves elasticity and diffuses fine lines, which sounds great. And then kombucha, which enhances the look of smoothness and radiance. It's free of parabens, formaldehydes, all of that stuff, SLS. Patrick Ta knows the secret to every look starts with foundation, so he built a base that complements your routine, infused with hydrating skincare ingredients that visibly improve elasticity and diffuse the appearance of fine lines. This formula blends beautifully with bare skin and even better with makeup. I love the packaging of this. I think that definitely adds to the price point, you know what I mean? So I went ahead and I had to take a little bit of a break because it was like loud in here. But I went ahead and I just did my eyelash extensions. I'm using the Eyeshine Cosmetics one. This is the one that goes from 12 to 16 millimeters. This is the one that I normally use, although I feel like the previous one that I had bought from them, the lashes were a bit different. So they might have just like redid them or something, but they're not bad. They're fine. I just feel like they're definitely different lashes than the ones that I liked, but it's okay. I am currently recovering from just having some breakouts, and I do have an active pimple right there. And then something that I personally suffer with that I don't like in foundation, which you guys would have seen if you watched my previous video, is that I don't like when it settles into the lines, and I don't like when it feels heavy or looks heavy. So that was an issue that I had with the Huda Beauty one because I really wanted to like it, but it just wasn't working for me. Let's hope that this shade works for me. I picked up the shade 16. It's supposed to be a neutral shade. I'm gonna also make sure that I shake it up because it does have skincare in here. And it does have a pump, which we love. And I honestly think all of these things factor in to the price point. Ooh, I don't know. Does this look a little dark to you guys? Let's watch. Ooh, actually, that feels like it could be a perfect match. I'm gonna let it sit there for a little bit. I just want to see if it oxidizes because we know the Huda Beauty one did oxidize on me. Okay, so I'm gonna start with one pump. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand. Ooh, actually the pump, if you do one full pump, it definitely like comes out. A lot more product than I thought. And as you can see, it's pretty runny. It's like liquidy, but it's still kind of on the thicker side. It's almost feeling like a gel-like finish, if that makes sense. Oh my god, actually, I might have went in with a little too much product, but are you guys seeing that? That looks so nice. Build it up a little bit on the forehead. Okay, that was really seamless, and I actually really like the formula because it's thin, so that way you can kind of, really put it on there. But as you guys can see, it doesn't look heavy or cakey at all. It just looks really radiant and nice, but it did provide coverage, which I'm a little, I wouldn't say I'm surprised by. I think Patrick is just really good at creating formulas, but that was insane, and the color match is insane. Like, normally my forehead looks too ashy compared to the rest of my face, but I think that this works. Like, I think that this works for me. So shocked because I thought that this was gonna be just way too finicky and just way too like dewy and luminous and just like enhance things on the face that I don't like. But this looks so good. Let me get my mirror so I can look at myself up close. Honestly, like just looking at it, it just looks like skincare. Oh my god, I knew it. I knew I was gonna do that. Damn it, I shouldn't have worn my shrug. Again, one pump basically. We're gonna use a sponge. Okay, so the sponge absorbed 90% of the product. So I don't think a sponge is a way to go because of this formulation. It's gonna just sink into the sponge. So I'm just gonna go in with a tad bit on the brush just to kind of make up for that. And this side has more to cover. And honestly, you guys can see I had a lot to cover on this side. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation and just redness. And I feel like it did a really good job. It also covered this area without looking heavy because I do have some texture there. And as you guys can see, I also have some texture on the forehead. And as always, when I do these videos, I don't use a primer. So you're getting the full blown effect. I don't like to use primers in videos because I feel like it can enhance the way the foundation looks. It can enhance the wear time. It can blur the pores and stuff like that. So I don't feel like I like using it when I'm doing videos. But as you guys can see, it's looking so radiant and so natural, but it covered a lot, as you guys could see. Like, I had a lot to cover today, and I feel like it overall evened out the complexion. I just feel like, I don't know, and you guys can let me know what you think, but do you think I need one shade up? Like, do you think I should go with 15 instead of 16, or is 16 like a perfect shade match for me? Because I feel like it is, but at the same time, my face is naturally darker than the rest of my body, so I feel like, I don't know, should I have gone in with one shade lighter to match my neck? Okay, so what I'm loving about this is that for a luminous product, it is not enhancing anything, which I love. Like, my pores don't look any bigger. It just kind of glided over everything, you know what I mean? Like, even down here, it covered everything without enhancing it and making it look worse, which if you have texture and you have acne, you know some products. Some products can really make or break the way your skin looks. Even if your skin isn't doing that bad, if you don't have a good product, it will make the skin look worse. But I like it because it doesn't feel heavy on the face, and you would think that it would because of how skincare infused it is, but I'm not feeling anything. I'm also going to add some YSL Touche Eclat. I felt like the Touche Eclat would work good with this because if you guys haven't tried the Touche Eclat concealer, it's a very skincare-like and very, you know, dewy. So I feel like these two probably would complement each other well. And as you guys can see, that blended out really well mixed in with this. I was a little scared that it was going to not work well together, but that looks really good. And then I did that just to kind of chisel it a bit. I think for bronzer, I think I'm going to use my Face Glaze bronzer. This is from In Beauty Project, and I actually use this a lot more than I thought I was going to. It is essentially this like gel-based, kind of like bronzing drops. It's not really like a bronzer, I would say. It's more like bronzing drops. Of course. I think if you're a lighter skin tone, you probably don't need to go as ham with this because it would show up. It's just, on me, I feel like I need to kind of build it a bit in order for it to look bronze. And I feel like all these products look great together because they're all a very similar vibe. I did get this new balm from Jones Road, but it might be an overkill with this. We might have to use this on its own. I do have a mini Jones Road balm that I've used before. They're in different shades. This one is in Pinky Bronze. And then the one that I already have is in Tawny. It would work well with this, but we're not gonna use them together today. I think it'll be a bit of an overkill. Grab some blushes that are tried and true to me. Gonna mix the Rare Beauty Hope today. I haven't used this in a while because honestly I was using it, I think, too much and I had to just put it away, which I actually do that a lot. If I'm using something too much, I will put it back into my makeup collection because then I will only use that, and it's like, girl, you have so much more products to be using. You can't just stick onto one. If I didn't have a channel, I would obviously not do that, but I like to test out new things so that you guys know my opinion on them. Honestly, everything looks so good. Everything looks so good that I just can't stop looking at myself. Okay, I'll use this for most of the face, and I'll use the Huda Beauty under the eyes. So if you're worried about it being overly dewy and like, oh my god, how am I gonna get that to work? I mean, as you can see, once you set it down, the shine is basically gone. I will say, the feeling of hair on the face is real. I'm gonna use this and just buff out any excess. Honestly, it looks really good, but where did my blush go? I'm gonna go ahead, and now that we set the face, I'm just gonna do some little touches here and there, add some highlight, some stuff like that, and I'll come back. On the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and try on all these NARS lipsticks that I got. I think I'm gonna do it on TikTok. I'm gonna do it on TikTok and Shorts, so stay tuned for that. But this is what the face is looking like. I think it looks really good now that it's set down. Even on these spots that are drying up, it looks nice. Right here, it looks nice. I can't wait to see what this looks like when I'm actually wearing primer. Like, I feel like this is gonna look amazing because it already looks good right now. Interested to see how it wears because you guys know it's very much skincare infused. And I will say I think the beauty with this one is how it looks before you set it down. But I think it's only realistic to set this one down. I don't think I can walk around here with my face glistening like that. But I can see how if you're like a no makeup girly and you have really nice flawless skin, I feel like you could use like maybe one pump over the entire face, and I feel like that's gonna look so pretty. I wish this was a summer release because I feel like the formula is giving summer. It's not really giving winter. I feel like in winter we tend to see a lot of mattes, but I'm just saying in terms of like what's trendy and what looks we see, we just tend to see more of a matte finish in the winter. But who knows? Maybe I'll be rocking this in the summer. You know, we've been trying a lot of foundation. I've been keeping it real for the past, what, like 5 foundations we've tried, where I'm like, you need this or you don't need this. I'm like very blunt about it. This one I might have to keep. Hey guys, welcome back. I have been wearing this foundation for literally all day and I have so many thoughts, so let's get into it. As you guys can see, we're dewy. Okay, I have probably been wearing this foundation for about, let me check the time. Ooh, probably for like 5 hours at this point, and I look so good. So good. This is definitely holding up a lot better than I thought it was going to. I mean, it's a more dewy skincare infused product, so I was a little bit scared at how it would wear. I was also scared that it would potentially feel heavy, but this I honestly forgot about it. I feel like now that it's starting to get oily, I'm starting to feel it on the skin a little bit more. But what I love about this is that it is so good. It's so good. It looks like, yes, obviously I have textured acne prone skin, so not straying away from that. There's probably nothing that I could ever be able to do to cover up the texture. But just besides that, like even in on my forehead where I'm like getting oily, I just feel like it looks very pretty. You know what I mean? It looks very worn in. It doesn't look like an oil slick, like sliding all over the face. It just looks very dewy and radiant, but in a way that I really enjoy. And I also like the fact that it's not wearing weird in like certain areas, you know what I mean? I feel like it's wearing pretty evenly across the face. Okay, so now that you're all up in my face, I think you guys can see what I'm talking about. Like it's obviously wearing, but it's not emphasizing my pores. It's not looking extra dry. It's not settling in these lines here, which is an issue I had with the new Huda Beauty foundation. I'm not having any of those issues, and I have come to the conclusion after wearing it all day. I also wore it outside because I was out and then I came back, and it's like raining outside, like literally raining. And Florida rain is different. It's like humid and disgusting. And the fact that I did all of that and this still looks good, like I expected it to be like sliding off of the face. This looks amazing. I think the only thing I am going to do with this is I'm definitely going to pick up the shade lighter because I just feel like this matches my face really well, but it doesn't really match my body very well. I feel like I need to go one shade lighter. Obviously, if I, for some reason, forget to return this, I can still make this shade work. I have no issues with it. I think that this looks so good, and it sucks because this is a very pricey product. It is very unique. The formula is very different. I don't have a foundation that goes on and feels super skincare-esque, but then manages to give me coverage and not slide around the face. Like, this looks good. I can see the typical person liking this, and I think it's good for every day. As you can see, I think if I actually went in and spot concealed, I could even use this for events. I definitely would say get a sample of this to see if you like it before purchasing because it is pricey, but it does have my stamp of approval. I really like it. I mean, I don't know why I doubt Patrick. I have almost every single one of his launches, like basically almost every single launch, and all purchased by me. I'm not on the PR list, which is kind of crazy at this point. Patrick, if you're listening, please add me to the PR list. But yeah, I have so many products from him and they perform well every single time. That's it from me. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. You can always check out my foundation playlist in case you want to see my thoughts on other products similar to this or anything like that. I also have a ton of videos on my channel. I post a couple times a week, and you can also catch me on TikTok and Instagram for short form content. But until then, I'll see you guys later.